Hello, this is George Senda, the one, the only, the official, the original, the authentic, the guy from Pittsburgh, except no cheesy commentators, imposters, or evil people. All right, I watched portions of the debate tonight, and we see President Trump trying to pin down Joe Biden on Russia, and Biden tried unsuccessfully to say Trump had a bank account in China. He did, but he only had it open for 3 years. He didn't do a deal in China. He closed the account. And Trump said he doesn't make any money off of Russia, and he probably hasn't made any money off of China either. At least not with that deal. So that's a non-issue. But then we heard Biden try to backpedal once again on fracking. I never said that I would get rid of fracking or fossil fuels. Well, let's listen to this. Americans for tax reform. Biden lies to Pennsylvania. And by inference, Oklahoma, North and South Dakota, Montana, Texas, Pennsylvania, and anywhere else that does fracking. If I get my mouse to work. This thing is finicky. All right, we're going to run this back. This is from CNN.
No new fracking.
Well, what about, say, stopping fracking and stopping pipe?
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated. I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel, and I am not going to cooperate. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends. Number one.
3 consecutive American presidents have enjoyed stints of explosive economic growth due to a...
There you go. He wants to eliminate the oil industry, not just fracking, the oil industry. So unless you've got a Tesla or a Volt, if Biden gets in, if Kamala Harris gets in, you're going to be SOL one day. We've already seen in California how they want to eliminate all gasoline-powered cars by 2035, and that presumably means also all the gas stations. We don't have hydrogen stations yet, and there are a very limited amount of electric charging stations, and to do electric charging, you have to have power plants that are fueled by fossil fuels or coal, both of which Biden and people like Gavin Newsom and the leftists want to get rid of. And I'm going to pause and let's find another one, because Biden, I call him Creepy Joe, and he should be Pinocchio Joe, because he lies more than Pinocchio. And during the debate tonight, truly creepy, when it came up about fossil fuels, and President Trump said about wind farms, they're tearing down the one in Altamont Pass, but a company has petitioned to put brand new wind farms up. They're killing the Golden Eagle at Altamont Pass. That's right up the road here, about 30 miles from me. We've gone up there many times. You can see the wind farms as far as I can see, and a lot of times they're turned off. Every wind tower kills 10 birds. Now, tall buildings in our cities, like Toronto, kill 1 million birds a year. Automobiles kill 1 million birds a year. And so is the left saying, let's get rid, well, they want to get rid of automobiles. We already know this. But are they saying get rid of tall buildings? Maybe, because they want to tear all the tall buildings down and rebuild every building in the country and seal up all the openings, and probably have a window you have to have a peephole out probably your electric camera. That's the only way you can see out the window. You won't get any sun. You won't be growing any plants inside the house because there will be no sunlight. You'll be in the dark 24 hours a day because there will be no electric power plants. All right, hold on. Let me show you this picture. Give me a moment. Okay, I want you to watch this one where President Trump talks about wind towers, and watch Joe Biden's reaction. Now, the left always say how much they care about animals. Watch Joe, Creepy Joe.
We're running out of time, and we have a lot more questions to get to. So
I don't know where he comes up with these numbers. $100 trillion.
Give me a break. We are energy independent. I know more about wind than you do. It's extremely expensive, kills all the birds, it's very intermittent, it's got a lot of problems, and they happen to make the windmills in both Germany and China. And the fumes coming up, if you're a believer in carbon emission, the fumes coming up to make these massive windmills is more than anything that we're talking about with natural gas, which is very clean. One other thing.
Find me a scientist
Solar.
that said that.
I love solar.
And there he is, Joe Biden laughing at the idea of birds getting killed. All right, let me find another. I'm going to digress for a minute, but according to Investopedia, the new Green Deal would cost about $93 trillion to implement, including government money and $5 trillion in private money. So Trump is right. That's close to $100 trillion. They want to tear down every building in the country, rebuild it, so you don't have any air escaping. I don't know what you're going to do about the energy when you open the door every day and go to work, or you don't go to work. Or we're going to be locked down till 2120. How do you keep energy escaping a house when you got to go out? Unless everybody works from home, and then someone's got to grow the food and make the clothing and build the transportation and the infrastructure. Unless we have an EMP pulse, in which case we're all going to starve to death anyway. Let me find something else here. Okay, then we have the deal where a Michigan company was sold to Chinese military contractor AVIC, a front for Chinese military, and sanctioned before the Obama administration approved the Biden-connected sale. And directed by Biden's son and Secretary of State John Kerry's stepson, Chris Hines. So we have corruption there. They're selling our companies to the Chinese military. So there's another one. And this is after Biden said we have to stop China and stop selling our companies and stop exporting our technology to China. So they sell wheels that can be used in military vehicles to China. This is what Joe Biden has done. To me, that's almost traitorous. I'm going to digress for a minute, but according to Investopedia, the new Green Deal would cost about $93 trillion to implement, including government money and $5 trillion in private money. So Trump is right. That's close to $100 trillion. They want to tear down every building in the country, rebuild it, so you don't have any air escaping. I don't know what you're going to do about the energy when you open the door every day and go to work, or you don't go to work. Or we're going to be locked down till 2120. How do you keep energy escaping a house when you got to go out? Unless everybody works from home, and then someone's got to grow the food and make the clothing and build the transportation and the infrastructure. Unless we have an EMP pulse, in which case we're all going to starve to death anyway. Let me find something else here. By the way, Joe Biden keeps talking about his childhood in Pennsylvania and Scranton. He hasn't lived there since he was 9. He spent the rest of his life living in Delaware. So he's no longer a Pennsylvanian. And those who criticize me for being the guy from Pittsburgh, well, I lived in Pittsburgh for years. And the last time I lived there was 68 to 70. And the Senda family has been in the Pittsburgh area since 1820. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm a Pittsburgher in exile. I got dragged out of here by my parents. I didn't have a choice. I was 12 years old. All right. But Joe Biden has no ties to Scranton anymore. That's ridiculous. I'm getting tired of that. And also his going, oh, come on! And his strange laughter and smiling when Trump says something to deflect that Trump may be pinning him down and Joe is getting nervous. He also said billions instead of something else during one thing. He had a couple of verbal flubs there where he was getting very flustered. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.